To automate drawing of a circuit, including placing a circuit for yourself automatically and configuring it, the Circuit Builder tool is an option that can be applied. On the other hand, placing your drawing with the right features or attributes that you are interested can be done automatically. By using Circuit Builder, you will be able to reduce the mistakes and save more time during drafting your drawing. To do that, I'm going to choose Schematic tab. Then, as you see, we have Insert Components panel, and I need to select Circuit Builder here to open it. In the Open dialog box, we have circuit area that consists of several circuit categories or circuit types, such as motor circuit and power feed in one phase or three phase. By selecting the plus sign, the included circuits in each category will be displayed. In the rung spacing area, we will be able to edit the space between rungs of ladder or specify the value of three-phase vertical or horizontal ladder spacing in our circuits. In this part, I'm going to insert a circuit, for instance. So in the circuits area, I select my desired category of circuit. Then I choose Insert button to place it in the drawing. In the next step, as it is mentioned in the command line, you need to specify the insertion point to place it at desired location. So I click on a point. As it can be seen, it takes time to build a circuit, and creating each part of circuit is being done. Finally, the selected circuit is created and each part including components drawn here. As you know, each component consists of attributes, and during building a circuit, you can determine these attributes and attach them to these components. To explain more about this part, I'm going to build this circuit for the second time, but I intend to specify attributes or annotation to this motor component, for instance. So I select the Circuit Builder to do that. And this time I'm going to select this circuit as I selected in previous step. Then to specify the attribute, I go to Special Annotation area. In the right side of this dialog box, we have a Special Annotation area. If you choose the Presets button, by using the List button, a new window will be opened. Here you can see a table which represents annotation values that belong to the category that you have selected. Data of this table is available as a default spreadsheet file in Excel, and the location is mentioned in the top of this dialog box. Now I'm going to choose this option to use its annotation and write a desired value that represents the motor tag ID. So I write it here in the value column. In the next part, by choosing the OK button, then selecting the Insert button, the circuit that I selected will be created. you can see an attribute which belongs to this component and is attached to it. And it is obvious that in the previous circuit that I created, the similar component didn't have this attached attribute. If you need to use annotation presets in existing circuit, you have to select the other option that I'm going to explain about it. To do that, I want to choose Circuit Builder for another time. Then in the Special Annotation area, there is a Reference Existing Circuit option. By selecting the List button beside it, a new dialog box will be appeared. Here you can choose a circuit as a reference circuit and use its predefined annotation to apply it to the new circuit. Also, if there is no need to use any special annotation presets, by choosing None button, it can be possible. The other part that I'm going to explain about it is how to configure a circuit. This option allows you to create a new circuit by modifying the values of components that belong to another circuit as a reference. In the circuits area, we have category of circuits that can be used as reference circuits. I'm going to choose one circuit for instance, and then I'm going to choose Configure button. After doing that in the command line, you will be prompted to specify the insertion point. So I click on the point. Up to here, we have just a sketch of our new circuit based on the reference circuit that we selected. In this step, we need to set up annotations or specify our desired values for circuit elements. The circuit elements are listed in this area, such as motor setup, motor symbol, power factor, cable marker, and the other elements that are available here. Something that you need to do in this part is to enter the values or a specification of each element one by one to create your own circuit. For example, I choose motor setup and then in the setup annotation area, you have to specify the type, the load units, and the other parameters related to the motor setup. Also, we have wire setup list box with related parameters. In some rows, by using the extension beside that parameter, you will be able to select your desired specification or value. There is the other way to enter the values. By using this button beside motor setup box, a new dialog box, which is named Select Motor, is shown. As it can be seen, there is a list of motors. Each row refers to a motor which contains the information including the voltage, load, phase, and to find your desired motor, you can use these three parts: type, voltage, and frequency. For instance, I select this value for voltage, and as you see, all the motors with the same voltage value is shown in the table. Or I choose this type of motor and the table shows the exact kind of this motor. These are the predefined parameters, and by choosing the OK button, and as you can see, all the parameters related to the chosen motor are displayed in the setup motors parts automatically. and it is not needed to enter the values manually. If there is existing motor in your drawing, by choosing this button, you can choose the motor from your drawing and extract its parameters values to enter them in the motor setup parameters fields. In the wire setup part, you can apply the similar procedure to fill the values for each parameter automatically. Just beside the wire setup, choose this button to open wire setup lookup. Then you can select your desired size of wire with its specifications. And by choosing the OK button, it is done automatically. If you take a look at the other elements, by choosing the search button beside them, the catalog browser will be opened and it makes it possible to select your desired catalog data for selected circuit elements. There are several ways to place the circuit elements into your drawing. If you look at this part, there are 4 buttons here. If you decide to insert all the circuit elements simultaneously, you can choose this button. But if you want to insert every selected or highlighted element one by one, you can choose this button. For example, I choose these elements, and then by choosing the first button, the element will be inserted in the drawing. The other button is for inserting all the elements up to, includes highlighted circuit elements. After inserting your elements by choosing the Dump button, the whole circuit will be placed. But something that you have to notice is that when you don't specify all the circuit elements parameters, after choosing Dump button, a new dialog box will be opened that tells you about removing the template drawing markers that are not replaced with circuit elements. By selecting the Yes button, it will continue, but by choosing the No button, you will back to the circuit configuration part to determine the circuit elements parameters. Now by choosing the Done button, the circuit will be inserted. The last part of circuit selection dialog box, which I am going to explain about it, is history. To show you this part, I select the circuit builder tool for once again, and here you can see the history part. As it can be seen, we have a blank area here. If you select the default option, a drop-down list will be appeared. It consists of circuit parameters which have been in the configured circuits. For example, I choose this circuit to see the results, and here it can be seen the parameters of chosen circuit. When you had configured a circuit before, all the used circuit parameters in the previous configured circuits, such as motor load, motor type, or the other specifications related to the wire, and so on, will be available. And here you can see this stance. Therefore, by using this option, you will be able to utilize configured circuit specifications or parameter values as a reference and apply them to the new circuit that you want to build. Something that you have to notice that when you choose the reference existing circuit option, the default in the history part will be inactive.